What's up everyone, I'm IAMOBG for TastingSkills.com. Welcome back to another video. Alright, so today I have Ichiro's Malt and Grain World Whiskey. Now this is made at the Shishibu Distillery, and that's in the Saitama Prefecture, meaning province or state, whichever you want to call it. Now, Ichiro Akuto is a legend. He started making whiskey after the Second World War at the Hanyu Distillery. He really didn't focus on making whiskey until the 80s, and it unfortunately closed in 2000. But this distillery was formed again in 2004 and reopened in 2008. When we talk about legends in the industry, Ichiro Akuto is one of them. The Akuto family has been making alcohol for more than 300 years. There's a long lineage of them, and this is a blend. This is what dreams are made of. Now, they have 2 pot stills, both 2,000 liters or 533 gallons if you want to be exact. And they make multiple things out of that distillery. But what they do make, which is very rare and special, and I don't think that any other distillery out there does that, they do world whiskeys, meaning they blend whiskeys from around the world and then they age it in their distillery and then release it in different labels. So let's look at the 2 different whiskeys that I have today. This is a blend, like I said, of unidentified American, Canadian, Scottish, and Irish whiskey. And unfortunately, there's no way of knowing what the actual blend is, but we do know that these are a minimum of 3 to 5 years aged in their own country and then blended, then aged for 1 to 3 years in the distillery and then released. Now these are non-chill filtered, there's no color added to it, none whatsoever. Now the first one is the Ichiro's Malt Grain World Whiskey White Label. This has an ABV of 46.5% or a proof of 93, and this one retails for $100. Then we have the Blue Label. Now this one is what I'm holding in my hand. It's a limited edition. And this one has an ABV of 48 or a proof of 96, and this one retails between $200 and in some cases all the way up to $500. Now there is no way to know which actual release this is. I'm guessing this is the latest release, but it's a total bummer. I mean, we're talking between $100 for the white label and $500 for the blue label. We don't know the actual blend, we don't know the actual distilleries, we don't know the actual oak that they're using. I mean, this is all super secret. When we talk about packaging here, well, this is a B-, and I'm being generous here. They have a beautiful wooden cork. I mean, look at this, nice and thick. And it's really simple, as usual, like very minimalist. That is just the Japanese style. B-, well, like I said, there's no information, there's no website, there's just nothing. And that is the most frustrating part out of all of this. There's not even a vintage. There's no year. We don't even know how much they made. And I'm being nice here with a B-, but whatever, let's move on. How good are these? Well, before that, do you want to taste like a pro? Head over to TastingSkills.com, put your name and email into the magical yellow box, and I will send you my free 17-page guide to the fundamentals of tasting. Not only that, if you want to learn how to taste like a pro, well, I've put a link up there so you can go check out how to set up a tasting for whiskey. But now, let's jump into these crazy Ichiros. And we're gonna start with the Ichiro's Malt and Grain World Whiskey White Label. On the color, light gold, 14K over here. Nose, equal malt and malt grain attack that is very delicate, subtle, fruity, enthralling. This delivers yellow pears, honey, apricots, green apples, caramel, and all of the steps that give you these layers of smoke that are well balanced. And the fruitiness of this whiskey just fills the room. It's so delicate and seductive. On the mouthfeel, amazing attack of grain and malt at the same time as it slowly develops into a crazy spicy layers are delicate and just push into an amazing fruitiness that is complex, and then the sweet spicy tannin of the oaks mixed in with layers of smoke comes in and says hello. as the acidity turns everything into this spicy and sweet, delicate finish. And as I'm writing this, the hair at the back of my head is standing up. Oh my God. I mean, whew, this is just insanity. I mean, it's $100. It's really frustrating that we don't know what's in here. We know that it's a blend of 4 different whiskeys from 4 different countries, from 4 secret distilleries. That's the really annoying part. But the nose on here, the mouthfeel, the complexity, the layers, the seduction, just the uberance and the complexity and the expensiveness of the nose is just mind-blowing. Like, cannot overstate how insane this thing is. I'm really sad that the Shishibu distillery doesn't have a website that we could see. I'm really sad that we can't get more information. But oh my God, this thing is just out of control. Just, whoo, hot damn. Please, man. Oh, so damn good. All right, now let's look at the other one, the limited edition. I'm sure that that is going to be also crazy. On the color, light gold with 18K on here. On the nose, this is more intense as the high alcohol really shows itself. But once you get past that, you fall into more intense layers of the maltiness versus the grain. And this isn't as delicate as the previous one barrel-wise. And you get everything that the previous one gave you, but this is a lot more intense and not as fruity. On the mouthfeel, fatter and richer than the previous one. This spiciness just takes over the mouthfeel. And the palate, as it works it up and down the mouth at every aspect, this is so intense. And then once again, the acidity comes in and it makes everything melt into sweet maltiness. And the grain aspect just drives a lot of the layers into a never-ending finish that is just out of control. Once again, whoo, hot damn, man. This was more intense. Yes, there was more alcohol to it, but the complexity, the acidity, the drive, the smoke, the nose, the spiciness of the layers of the oak, and then the finish went on for a minute at least, just kept on delivering more and more and more. Just a mind blower. Oh my God, dude. This thing is ridiculous. But I mean, between 200 to 500, like, this is not inexpensive. This is, wow. I can't find the words right now. But let's do a recap to see if you should bypass or collect on both of these. And we're gonna start with the white label. Now, the Ichiro white label was an absolute buy. I mean, for $100, that is one of the craziest whiskeys that I've ever had. The complexity is just on another level. It's saddening that we don't know what actually is in there, what distillery is in there, and that's my biggest beef with it. Like, that hurts. But on the other hand, wow, dude, $100, that is a total buy and a total collector's. And then the limited edition. Now, this is an absolute buy and even a collector's. This was so crazy. Yes, $200 to $500, just insane. Yes, we don't know what's the actual years in there. Insane. But I've had a lot of whiskeys in my life, and I've had a lot of Japanese whiskeys, and oh my God, these are just insanity. Yes, it is a lot of money. I'm not denying that. If you can find it for $200, all day, baby. Buy it as much as you can. If it's $500, try to find it somewhere else. Like, that's just how I feel about it. All right. That's going to do it for me. I'm IAMOBG for tastingskills.com. Please remember to subscribe. Go down there, click the bell, give it a thumbs up, share with all your friends. Don't forget to leave a comment down there since I reply to everybody. And if you want to catch the previous Iwa, you should go to the link up here where you're gonna find that beautiful whiskey that is by the same importer as the Ichiro's. All right, everybody, I hope you had fun and I hope you learned something. Once again, I'm IAMOBG for tastingskills.com. Please remember, my friend, stay sober. Peace.